So hello students, today class we are going to discuss about the general principles and process of isolation involving methods. I told in the last class that there are three basic processes are there in metallurgy. One is to removal of impurities which are present in ore, like impurities used to call it as gangue or matrix. That process is called concentration of ore. After concentrating ore, the concentrated ore can get converts to the corresponding metal oxide. So the corresponding metal oxide, so here ore is converting to the corresponding pure metal oxide. This process can be done by applying calcination and roasting methods. Once the metal oxide formed, we need to remove the oxygen from metal to get pure metal. So this process is involving elimination of oxygen, which is also called as reduction. So the reduction process usually involves a reducing agent. If suppose the process which is involving reducing agent as a carbon or carbon monoxide, then that is called smelting. If the reducing agent also can be used magnesium and aluminium, and this reduction process also can be done by using hydrogen and water gas as a reducing agent. So entire the second process actually we are ended up with a metal, but the metal we are obtained in the second process may not be in the pure condition. It is having some invisible impurities. That's why that metal can be called as crude metal. So the third process involving in the metallurgy is refining process. Refining is nothing but we are going to convert the crude metal to the pure metal. Here we are going to convert the crude metal to the pure metal. So refining is nothing but is one of the purification process, and here we are going to get the metal in ultra pure condition. The maximum percentage of purity we are going to obtain here. So again in the refining process there are several methods are involving liquefaction, poling, electro refining, zone refining, vapor phase refining and chromatography. So come to the first process of metallurgy. Today I am going to discuss the first process involved in metallurgy, which is further involving so many methods, physical methods like hydraulic washing, froth flotation, electromagnetic separation and electrostatic separation and leaching. Among all methods, leaching is the chemical method. The remaining all methods are coming under physical method, means we are not using any chemical reagent. So let's see the first method, that is hydraulic washing. Hydraulic washing is one of the concentration method. So what does mean by concentration of ore? Concentration of ore is nothing but removal of unwanted materials like gangue, which can seen by our naked eye like sand, clay, mud, etc. anything. So this process is known as concentration of ore. So this we have discussed the definition. Concentration of ore also can be called as dressing or benefaction. All are same, right? It can be carried out by the several methods, and among that the first method is hydraulic washing. This is a pure physical method. Means we are just washing the ore by applying force water. In this we are not going to use any chemical reagent. Just you can see here the ore is pouring here in the form of powdery form, and in this direction we are just passing a water here. You can observe, right? Here I am just pouring a water in this direction. At the same time the ore is passed away from this direction. Ultimately, if suppose the ore is consisting heavier metal, along with that the lighter particles present as a impurity form, in such case the lighter particles will washed away along with water. Lighter particles will washed away along with water, and heavier ore particles like silver, gold, copper, such kind of particles, ore particles will settle down. So in the hydraulic washing is basically applied for the ore which are having high density, you can say, right? Example, you can use this one for the oxide ores like hematite Fe2O3, and also some of the native ores such as silver, gold, like that. Okay, so this is the simplest method. Just we are applying a physical force by using a forceful water. We are just washed away the impurities which are lighter in nature. Is this clear? Next, come to the second process, that is a froth flotation process. Froth is a kind of foam. This method is particularly applied for the sulfide ores such as ZnS or Ag2S, such kind of ores. Why particularly sulfide ores? Because the sulfide ores having a non-wettable property, like it can form a highly kind of froth which can float on the top of the water. See here, you can notice the bubble kind of formed, right? This is actually formed by only ore. So the impurities cannot form this kind of froth. So that's why impurities automatically will get settled down at the down to the beaker. So these are gangue. Gangue is nothing but impurities. So ore particles automatically moves in the top direction and it will form froth and it is floated on the above to the water. And once the froth is formed, but it should be stabilized, right? So we have to add a stabilizer in this froth flotation process. That stabilizers are aniline and cresol. This will help to stabilize froth for some time so that we can extract this ore from the impurities easily. And also the froth formation can get activated by the addition of activators. So they activate the floating property. That means the froth formation and floating property will get activated by the addition of activator. Here in general copper sulfate is used as an activator. Depressant. This will further prevent the certain compounds will never ever form the froth. For example, I have in the ore form which is consisting sodium and as well as copper. Sodium also can form sodium sulfide, copper also will be formed copper sulfide, but I want only copper should form copper sulfide, sodium should not form the sodium sulfide. The impurities do not form a froth. So this depressant helps to avoid the formation of impurities, avoid the formation of froth by impurities. Here the best depressant is sodium cyanide. Next, the last one is collectors. It actually helping in the collecting process. That means it should do what? It has to help in the non-wettable property of ore particles. So whenever the non-wettable property increases, automatically the floating amount will increase, the floating ore particle amount will increase. Automatically we can extract maximum percentage of ore. So usually pine oils, xanthate are used as a collectors. So ultimately the froth process is used for sulfide ores. Next, come to the third method. Third method is electromagnetic separation. So the name itself is the electromagnetic separation. Here also by applying a magnetic property, which is also a physical property, this method is employed whether either ore or impurity must be associated with a magnetic in nature. For example, if suppose I am pouring a ore from this direction in a powdery form. So here I have chosen a ore that is hematite Fe2O3. If we are pouring continuous ore on the rolling, it is a continuously magnetic tape roller, so which can continuously rotate like this. So as it is a magnetic tape, so it can attract the magnetic material towards it. For example, I have chosen hematite ore which is having non-magnetic impurities. So those ore particles like hematite only will get attract towards the magnetic tape, and impure particles are non-magnet, so it will not attract towards magnetic tape. So it will repel from magnetic tape and it will fall down in another collector, and magnetic particles will get collected in another collector which is nearer to the magnetic tape, because this direction it was rotating. So automatically the magnetic materials are getting attracted towards the roller and it will fall down nearer to the roller collector. So this is the method is used unless either ore or either impurity should one of the impurity or should be a magnetic, then only this method is applicable, right? Next method is electrostatic separation. Same condition, but here electric field we are applying rather than magnetic field. See here, if I am applying electric field roller, so automatically the materials which are conductors, so the better conductors, for example, if I am going to separate the lead sulfide which is a good conductor, which will get charged immediately from the zinc sulfide. So this is a lead sulfide, imagine this is a zinc sulfide. So the one which is a poor conductor, so which will fall down like vertically because it is a poor conductivity, but the one which is a good conductor, it will show some it will move away from the electrified roller because it is show some conductivity, it will get repelled and it will show it will move away from the electrical roller. So here lead sulfide move away from the electrical roller because it is a good conductor, and zinc sulfide is a bad conductor, so it will just fall vertically. So in this way we can get separate the electric conductors from the non-conductors. Either ore or impurity should be a conductor, right? Another one should be non-conductor. So the last method is chemical method, that is a leaching. So this is the only process which is involving a addition of chemical reagent. So here in the leaching, what basic principle involved, if suppose ore is dissolved in any solvent, here the ore must show good solubility in the given solvent or any chemical reagent, and the impurities will never ever show solubility in the given solvent. That means the chemical reagent or solvent which is used, that actually helps in the dissolution process of ore. The ore completely comes into the chemical reagent or solvent. The remaining gangue can get settled down and it will get eliminated easily. For example, I have taken a bauxite. Here I am adding external chemical reagent or solvent as sodium hydroxide. So all the bauxite will get dissolved in sodium hydroxide and it will form sodium meta-aluminate. And the impurities present in the bauxite like SiO2 or sand, SiO2 is nothing but sand, right, or stone, some of the mud impurities, all will get settled down in the beaker. It won't show the solubility in NaOH. So further you can just using a reducing agent, and further you can get converse to the hydroxide and oxide and metal. So this is the leaching process. Similar way here, the silver sulfide, if you are adding a reagent that is sodium cyanide, the silver ore particles only can get dissolved in sodium cyanide and form corresponding sodium dicyanosilver complex, and all impurities will get settled down. In this way we can extract ore, we can eliminate the gangue, that is impurities from the pure, and eliminate the gangue from the crude ore, and we will get a pure form of ore. So these are the methods which is used in the concentration of ore. You can notice here, right, the concentration process can be done by applying physical method, magnetic separation, which we discussed, hydraulic washing, froth flotation, and chemical method, leaching. So ultimately what we are doing in the concentration ore, we are just eliminating or removal of gangue particles such as visible impurities from the crude ore. So the crude ore is getting converted to the pure ore, right. So thank you for watching this. In the next session we will discuss this one, second process.